I'm Meryl Rose. Over the past few months, you may have seen a commercial or a news story about the Camp Lejeune lawsuits. Attorney Jim Higgins with the Higgins Firm is here to tell us why this is important. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
So what happened at Camp Lejeune?
Right, well, we're all hearing about it. So decades ago, from about 1950s to the 80s, there was contaminated water there. And so families, soldiers, they bathed in it, they drank it, and what they found out is that because of the toxic levels of that water, there were some pretty serious diseases that it caused. And a few years ago, well, early 2000s, there was several of those families that filed a lawsuit in North Carolina to get help with their medical bills. They did these catastrophic injuries. And unfortunately, those lawsuits, about 850 of them, were all dismissed because North Carolina has what they call a 10-year statute of repose. And that says, hey, we don't care what kind of lawsuit it is. We don't care when you find out about it. If it's been more than 10 years, it's gone. And when that happened, these are our soldiers, we all were so proud of them. The legislature, it just was this public outcry. And so they passed a law to say, hey, we're not going to do this to them. And that law was waiting to be signed by the president if it gets through the legislature, and it's going to give all of these soldiers, their families, their children, an opportunity to bring these lawsuits in North Carolina to hopefully get them some compensation for their injuries.
So who can file a suit and how quickly do they need to call you?
Well, if you were there during this time period for more than 30 days, which is from the 50s to about mid-80s, you have one of these diseases, you can file, and you got to call us immediately. There's going to be a ton of them, so it doesn't cost you anything to call. You want to get in line early.
All right, thehigginsfirm.com for all the information.